Happy Hump Day and welcome to Meet the Press. Now I'm Chuck Todd. The midterm landscape changed seismically last night. And now everyone in American politics, from the White House to the State House, and every election in between, is trying to determine where this is headed next. After voters in what you might call ruby slipper red Kansas overwhelmingly sided with abortion rights advocates, striking down a proposed constitutional amendment that would have paved the way for the state legislature to increase abortion restrictions in the state, perhaps banning abortion completely. The vote loudly confirmed hopes among Democrats that abortion could be a powerful motivating issue in the midterms. We've been seeing clues this summer that these midterms might not be going what you might say is the normal way for a president's first midterm. There have been signs that political winds could be shifting for his party ever so slightly. We saw the increase in voter enthusiasm, a bounce in midterm polling, which was notably decoupled from Biden's sagging job approval ratings, stronger than expected fundraising, and quite a few Senate races. And then Kansas happened. Turnout last night was huge for an August primary day. In fact, it rivaled general election numbers. Unaffiliated voters turned out in huge numbers. Steve Kornacki is going to be here momentarily. We'll explain just how big that turnout was and why that is what could matter in November. This is what Republicans have been afraid of quietly, that voters were saying that they've gone too far. So what happens now? First off, we're going to see a lot of midterm messaging strategy change pretty quickly, with Democrats recalibrating their pitch to center it on freedom and reproductive rights. President Biden already held an event today on abortion access. Expect a lot more of daily events like these from Democratic leaders. Take a listen about what he had to say about what happened in Kansas last night.
In a decisive vote, in a decisive victory, voters made it clear that politicians should not interfere with the fundamental rights of women. And the voters of Kansas sent a powerful signal that this fall, the American people will vote to preserve and protect the right and refuse to let them be ripped away by politicians. And my administration has their back.
Abortion was the big story last night, but it was not the only story. Elsewhere at the ballot box, candidates backed by Donald Trump had largely a successful night. But we did not see a Republican Party that you could call and claim is in lockstep behind him. One of Trump's impeachment revenge targets, Michigan Republican Peter Meijer, was only narrowly defeated. Arguably, the margin of victory, he may be credited with an assist from a Democratic campaign group. But the two Washington representatives, Dan Newhouse and Jamie Herrera Butler, who are also on Trump's target list, are not only running ahead of their Trump-backed opponents, but are likely, thanks to the state's unique top two system, going to be able to face a general election without some Trump-backed candidate. In Arizona, Trump's candidates won all the way up and down the ballot, with his one-pick Carrie Lake looking, the one that's not called yet, looking like she'll emerge as the gubernatorial nominee. All of them have backed various false claims about the 2020 election. None of them won a majority of Republican support. They won thanks to crowded primaries. In fact, on our Meet the Press election special last night, as we were watching the returns come in live on the air, the state's sitting attorney general told me his Republican Party in Arizona is divided. Folks, the party that's more united usually has a leg up in the midterms. And after last night's results in Kansas and beyond, it's hard to argue that Republicans are the more united party. They just simply aren't.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.